Hello and welcome to my favorite year-end tradition, my card writing ceremony. So before we get started, I wanted to share a little bit about how I started doing this yearly ritual. Back in 2017, I lived with a couple of roommates who were well into their 80s, and they introduced me to this practice. So the idea is really for us to take a few minutes to write in a card our hopes and our wishes for the following year. And then what they would do is they would seal the card, they would keep it themselves, and at the end of the year they would mail out these cards to everybody who did one, including myself. And I loved this idea so much that even after moving out and starting to live on my own, I adopted the practice and I started doing it every year. This year, New Year's Eve 2023, is my 6th year doing this practice. And I'm so happy to have you join me. It's really become one of my favorite ways to ritualize the end of the year. And you can see around me, I have some of the previous year's cards that I've written for myself. It's really amazing to get to New Year's Eve of the following year and read what your hopes and wishes were. And in my experience, it happens that you forget what you wished and hoped for. And then the New Year Eve arrives and you read your card, and it's like getting a letter from a long lost friend that just like warms your soul and reminds you of how far you've come, really. And a lot of times, of course, some of the hopes that you wrote in your card manifested, it came true, which feels really magical to be in that moment with yourself and experiencing that, that moment of realizing, oh my gosh, look at all that this year has brought me. In some years, of course, you don't get what you hoped for. You don't get exactly the way that you hoped it would have come, but it doesn't really matter. It's more of a ritual for memorializing and writing down our wishes and our hopes. And it's a really beautiful practice, so I'm happy that you're here to join me. So what you will need for today is simply yourself, a space that feels peaceful and sacred to you. I have some candles lit and some incense burning that always brings a sense of sacredness to the space. So you're welcome to set up your space in a way that feels really cozy to you. And of course, you'll need a blank card and a sealable envelope. So I have mine right here for this year. It says muitos parabéns, which means many congratulations in Portuguese. I'm in Portugal, so my card is in Portuguese this year. Make sure it's blank. If you don't have access to a card right now and you want to join me in this ritual, you can easily just use a blank piece of paper and seal it in a letter envelope. That's just fine. I actually did that one year because I didn't have access to a fancy card. So you can certainly improvise. So get your materials ready. And we're going to start with a little meditation just to ground into the body, ground ourselves, and visualize what we want to call in for 2024. So start feeling your sit bones, the ground beneath you. Gently close your eyes and start connecting to your breath. If you'd like, you can put your palms on top of your knees, facing up in a gesture of receiving. And let's just connect with our breath by taking a deep breath in through the nose. And we're going to exhale with a sigh. Let it out. Let's do that 2 more times, and it feels good. You can raise your shoulders up to your ears as you breathe in. Inhale, exhale, drop them down quick. One more time. Inhale, exhale, let it go. And I want you to bring your attention to your feet. And just do a body scan. As you breathe, visualize the energy rising from your feet, up the back of your legs, your calves, your thighs, your sit bones, your lower back, your upper spine, the back of your neck, the top of your head, and then it coming to the front of your body, over your eyes, your nose, your lips, your throat, your heart, your chest, your belly, your sacrum, the front of your legs, your thighs, your knees, your shin bones, and finally the front of your feet. And I want you now to envision that 12 months have gone by. It is now New Year's Eve 2024. Really see yourself and notice, what are you doing? Where are you living? Who are you with? Are you indoors? Are you outdoors? What is your job? What is your career like? What do you do to earn money? Who are your friends? Who are the people in your life? What is your community like? Do you have a soul tribe? If so, what kind of people are they? What weather is it? Are you in nature? Are you at a beach? Are you spending the holidays in the mountains? If you could envision yourself living your dream life 1 year from now, what is it like? And how does it feel? How do you feel? How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your heart? How do you feel in your soul? Are you tired? Do you feel nourished? Are you on an adventure somewhere? Or are you cozy, somewhere that feels safe to you, with your loved ones? Really paint a picture now of your ideal scenario for New Year's Eve 2024. And now I want you to bring to mind one word that encapsulates this image. One word of what you would like to create and bring into 2024. And I want you to hold on to that word, knowing that we're going to come back to it. And start bringing your attention back into the present moment. Slowly wiggling your toes, slowly wiggling your fingertips, moving your body from side to side if that feels nice. And lastly, opening your eyes. It's a new year, or it's about to be a new year, and I'm really excited about sharing this ceremony and space with you. So get your card ready, or your piece of paper, and there is not much in ways of instructions here. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. What I really like to impart on you is, don't feel pressure to write something perfectly, to know how the year is gonna unfold. Write as if you're writing to your best friend. And what is something that you want future you 1 year from now to know? Many times in my previous cards, I've said things like, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for taking care of me this year. Thank you for being loving. Thank you for fighting for your dreams. Thank you for not abandoning your inner child. Really, it's let it come from the heart. And I have with me my card from last New Year's Eve. You see it says open on 12/31/2023. And I'm going to open it now with you and read. So maybe you can get a taste of, what you write on your card. Obviously, write from your own heart. Don't copy me. But this will give you an idea of what my cards are like. And oh my God, this is so exciting. This is always my favorite part of this ritual. I've forgotten what I've written. I've forgotten what this card even looks like. And already I love it because it's rainbows. All right, so let's see. All right, here we go. Hello, you goddess. I can't help but sit in wonder of you and the beautiful warrior mystic you've become as I sit to write these words under a waxing crescent moon that hangs suspended in pink sunset clouds at Ixcalacoco Beach. That's a beach in the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico where I lived. You have grown into a powerful manifester and creator of your reality, and it is so beautiful to witness. Thank you for all the gifts of this past year, for your courage to open up to connection, your willingness to show up for yourself and address your wounds and take responsibility for your responses and actions. This year, you started to de-armor your heart, and in this process, you can now hear your heart calling for a return home to your wild nature, your vibrant self, your unique beauty and individuality. In 2023, you'll be embarking on an exciting journey of soul retrieval and finding home. Home in spaces, in your body, in your power and purpose, and in all the ways you live your life. I hope that at this time next year, you're sitting under the moon, on the sand, at a beach in your homeland, Brazil, with a bright spark in your eyes, a wild nature, and a certainty that finally you have come home to who you are. You have remembered. Congratulations. You deserve all this magic. Ugh. So right away you can tell how deep this goes. I'm getting emotional because it's been a really challenging 2023 for me. And my intention for the year was to come home to myself, to my wild nature, to retrieve parts of my soul that I abandoned along the way as I grew up, as the scripts of society, of life, kind of started running the show and fear took over. And in many ways, this year was challenging because that work is challenging. The work of coming home to yourself requires healing ancestral wounding. It requires healing so many wounds and trauma that you've carried. It requires an insane amount of courage to really fight to liberate yourself from the prison of logic, of the mind, and of these structures that our modern day society has kind of instilled upon us. And 3 weeks from now, I'm actually going to be moving to Brazil, my motherland, which isn't lost on me. I never thought when I was writing this that I was going to live there. I thought I was going to be there to visit. I wanted to go back to Brazil for New Year's Eve 2023. And now that didn't happen. And yet I am going. I am literally returning home to my motherland. And the journey that I've been on this year has unfolded so wildly in so many beautiful and also painful ways that I could have never have imagined when I wrote this card. And yet it happened exactly how it needed to happen. And my hope, my intention materialized. It manifested. And this is how powerful the ceremony is. So take some time now to write yourself a heartfelt note from the heart with your biggest hopes and wishes for the year ahead, with your most loving sentiments towards yourself, your heartfelt gratitude for who you are in the midst of becoming. And I guarantee you that next New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2024, when you open and read your card, it will move you to tears. It will make you smile. It will make you feel something real and powerful. And a great place to start is just by writing, Dear Self. I wrote, Hello, Goddess, because that's who I am. I gotta go extra. But you can start, Dear Self, and just start writing. Write everything that you wish for and hope for your life these next 12 months. I am going to actually write my card on the 31st, so I won't be doing it today with you because I really want to just be on my own, in my own kind of frame of mind, not leading you into a practice when I do this work. And on the 31st, I'm going to be in a plane, and I'll just share with you briefly, my word for 2024 is freedom, is really being free. I've worked so hard to reclaim my soul and who I really am. And 2024, I want to fly free in all that I am. I want to work on my time. I want to work on my terms. I want to engage my time doing things that I love, that serve me. I don't want to have to betray any part of me or my schedule, my routine, with things that are no longer aligned with who I am. I want to be completely 100% free to live as me and to live on my terms. So that will probably be something that I will write into my card when I'm ready. But give yourself, I will say, anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes now, and write yourself some beautiful words, a love letter. Pause me, and when you're ready and you have written your card, make sure that you seal it. No cheating, you have to seal it. Put your card or your letter in the envelope, seal it, and I like to write on the front of the card, open on 12/31st, 2024. And keep it somewhere safe so that you remember to come back to it. If you feel like you're gonna forget to come back at the end of next year to read your card, go ahead and set yourself a reminder on your phone. You can set a reminder for 12:31 in the morning or the days leading up to look for your card. A great place that you can put your card is inside your journal if you write and journal often, or you can also leave it at your altar if you have a sacred space, so that it can taunt you for the next 12 months. I'm wishing you a beautiful end of the year, and I will see you next time.